Alright, guys, what is going on? This is your Angry Birds NASCAR fan, the Blue Jimmy 48 fan here, and let me be the first to say, our world is I don't even know I don't even know what words to describe um, what our world is like right now. Obviously, I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want to get sued or any of that type of stuff. But this whole thing over um, this past couple weeks, it's just been you just ask like, how is this happening so quickly? Like, why is it all of a sudden left and right that you know, um, all these things are not happening? Um, self quarantining, and um, it's basically spreading like the bubonic plague. Um, with this whole thing, but um, it's hard to even put into words just how much our world has changed, and and you know the fact that this is happening for like these past couple of weeks is just almost unfathomable to even process. It all started with somebody in a different part of the world, um, starting the spread, and then it began across many other countries, and soon after it came to the U.S. Um, and it's spread like nothing but wildfire ever since. And and obviously, this is also a very scary situation, that I personally have to deal with because I literally live in one of the most populated areas in the entire world. Literally one of the most densely populated areas in the entire world. If not in the world, at least in this country. The amount of cases here in New York over these past couple weeks has just been absolutely tremendous. It's like every day we see more and more people be impacted by this whole thing. It's it's just unbelievable. It really is just unbelievable. I mean, I've been very fortunate to not have to obviously have not have any impact, but I am one of those people that still use I still use the MTA transit system. I still use the buses. To get places. I sometimes have to take it whenever I'm going to college, and yesterday I got an email saying somebody from my college also has the disease, and as a result my college is now shut down, um, at least today. But um, and basically the rest of my semester is gonna be online. It's like everything has just been happening like so rapidly. Everything around us, all the things we love, and all the things we like to do, and everything. It's all that is like just starting to it's just fading. That's all it is. It's just fading, just like that. And um, you know, we have obviously I know, we have a lot of people out there um, who are willing. Sorry about that. I know we have a lot of people out there in this world that are willing to help are willing to sacrifice their lives for others, and you know that obviously is cause for relief, um, but it's also like looking at the bigger picture, like because some because I mean I lived enough in this world to realize that um some people, they just only care for themselves, and and they still sometimes cause harm to other people, and unfortunately that's a sad reality we have to deal with, but you know but yeah, I mean this whole thing is just, it's just mind blowing, dude. I don't know what to tell you. It's just absolutely mind blowing. Um, so yeah, everything left and right, canceled. NBA season suspended. Um, my Brooklyn Nets. I don't know if they basically just clinched a playoff spot or not, um, but yeah, NBA is suspended for at least 30 days. MLB opening day is pushed back to 2 weeks, um, so it's going to be a long, long while before I see my Mets back in action. Well, not really, not really. 2 weeks is no big deal, but I mean we don't make the postseason every year, but even though I keep thinking that we should make the World Series every year, and yet we don't because we have a and lose Diaz. But yeah, I don't want to keep talking about that. But NHL also suspended. Um, all the other sports leagues are put on hold. No March Madness. Um, and the only, I mean, NFL. I mean, I don't know what's going to be happening with that, but obviously, but their season doesn't start till August, so hopefully by then hopefully by then at least things will start getting back to the way they are, even though. But the real biggest question we should ask is when is this gonna stop? And when is this whole thing gonna come to an end? Um, the real question I have, the answer I have to say to that is I don't know, and trust me, I'm just as fearful. I'm just as scared, and I'm just as you know just worried as much as the next guy or girl, but I should say as much as the next person, but you get what I mean. Um, it's just wow. You just ask wow, but yeah. Also, the world of racing, all respectfully on hold. My honest opinion, I think NASCAR definitely made the right call. Um, NASCAR, IndyCar, I think they all made the right call this week to postpone their events, because as much as we want to see racing, as much as we want to see um, side by side action, everything, spending spending our weekends at the racetrack, with people we love and trust and everything. Obviously, our health is our number one priority above everything else, and not just that, but our well being too. That's another thing. Um, One thing I can say though is that we really shouldn't be panicking as much as I think we should. We really should be, but um, I'm I have the utmost faith in God that there will be a sign that this is eventually all gonna stop, and everything will go back to the way it is. But obviously, I don't think our world is ever gonna be the same again. Um, you know, Probably like in a few months now, we're all gonna be sitting back and laughing at this whole thing. But for now this is a very very serious, drastic, and very 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 drastic issue, um and obviously we have to be very more aware of ourselves in what we do, the actions we take, especially outside. Well, yeah, especially in large places, public places too. It's We got to be really really more mindful of that. Number one thing, wash your hands. That's the utmost most important thing you can do to help stop this. Obviously try to limit contact with other people as much as possible, um sometimes there's gonna you know I had to learn this, because sometimes whenever I was getting off the train, we were having to deal with crowds of people. So, um, just be more aware. That's really all I can say on that. But especially going out. But yeah, wash your hands at least 20 seconds, because every second can make a huge difference. And yeah, I'm sorry for the outside noise. I told you I don't live in a really quiet place. I live in one of the biggest cities in the world. It's really scary to it's really scary to think about that, because it's also really scary to think about that. As much as I love this city, um because it's home to me, and it's home to me and everything. Um, it's based. It's like I'm literally in the epicenter of of possibly being one of the next victims, and obviously that's gonna obviously gonna bring a lot of fear onto a lot of people. Especially um, you know, because obviously you don't want to see anybody who you support, or anybody who you trust, or anybody you love, um, seeing this happen to them. And you know you just don't want to see that happen. And obviously it's gonna all of our emotions are gonna go haywire at that point. But I'm very very confident that we're gonna get through this together. But it has to start with you. I'm very confident we're gonna get through this, but it has to start with you. It's gonna be, I guess you could say, a very rough transition. Over these next couple of weeks or so. All the sports respectively put on hold. Um, a lot is changing. A lot is changing. At least, but think of it like this. This is only more than likely going to be a temporary thing. It's not like everything is falling apart. It's not like the end of the world as we know it. Think of it like that. Remember, I don't know when it was, like back in 2012 or whatnot, like we were all fearing that the world was going to end at that specific time, and being 12 years old at the time, believing everything I was seeing, I thought that was actually going to be the case, but no, didn't happen at all, and it was all and it was all absolute BS. So yeah, but I mean, obviously, this is another really rough transition that us as humans are gonna have to deal with, but we're all in this together, and I'm very very confident that all of our all medical professionals, everybody involved in everybody involved in the um from the doctoral side of things, I think they're gonna. I mean, I think this is. I think this is. I have the utmost faith. This is eventually going to end, and we will be getting back to our normal daily routine. But as for now, um, this is like I said, another really rough transition. But God always said, but we have to expect the unexpected, and this is one of those times. Um, so yeah. With that said, guys, I think it's. I mean, obviously, I know this. I know it's going to be rough over these next couple of weeks or so, but hopefully by then things are going to finally start getting back to to our normal way of functioning in society is is going to be is going to be um is going to be back to the way it is, and hopefully a lot of the general public can take something from this too, and hopefully apply that, especially later on. Even though I mean, I don't know if that's ever going to come to fruition, um but yeah. um so with that being said, that's really all I got to say on this. I mean, all sports respectively on hold. NASCAR is not going to be holding races for the next 2 weeks. Obviously, we don't know if if Atlanta or Homestead is now going to be pushed possibly all the way back to November. This is just my guess, because now that the next 2 weeks are now off, and also given the fact that NASCAR I don't think runs on Easter, unless that's an exception. Um, um, I'm just gonna throw this up there. I think NASCAR is gonna probably post. I think they're probably gonna move Atlanta and Homestead possibly in November, possibly back to November again. I think Homestead is once again going to be the championship race. As much as I just bought my tickets to Phoenix. I mean, I can ask for a refund, and I can probably go to Homestead instead. But obviously, everything is going to start falling into eventually, once all this is being once all of this is said, and once this whole thing is said and done, um, hopefully we'll have a better understanding, of what's going to be happening going forward. But for now, we're just in a state of uncertainty, question, and obviously just asking ourselves, how are we basically, like, how are we gonna survive this? That's that's basically what we're asking. Like, how are we gonna survive this? But but I have the utmost faith in God that everything is is eventually going to die down, and we will be functioning back, and we will be functioning back in society. But the thing is, right now, we really shouldn't be panicking as much as we should be. Um, but I still would take precautions, especially in what you do, in terms of hygiene and everything. Keep washing your hands as much as you can. Like I said, every second makes a huge difference. So that being said, guys, I think that's pretty much gonna do it for me. I really don't want to keep elaborating on, because honestly, I don't know. I might start saying the wrong things, but um, in terms of content that's gonna be coming on this channel, obviously we don't know if I am probably gonna stream some NASCAR Heat 4 and probably some other games too, for the time being, because I mean, obviously there's going to be no race reactions whatsoever for the next 2 weeks, at least the next 2 weeks. But so basically what's going to be happening like these next 2 weeks, I'm probably going to try to go live more frequently, especially that I got now that I have a recess, an instructional recess from college, at least next week. So I'm gonna try to see if I can go live more often this coming week. So hopefully you guys will be able to tune into that. We got Coronation Cup coming up again for season 5. I'm gonna be with the like I said, I don't know what the whole deal is with Coronation Cup, but I'm very, very willing to. Obviously, I want to keep. I do want to keep racing. I want to try to get my name back out there for next year, because I personally think NASCAR Heat made a huge mistake at who they passed up in the draft. But I'm not going into detail. I'm just saying. But you know. But yeah. So yeah. With that being said, I'll keep informing you guys on what's going to be coming to the channel. I mean, obviously, I'm still going to be uploading videos. The question is, I don't know what I should be doing. I mean, more than likely, I'm just going to be doing live streams. But if you guys haven't already watched the core race from Tuesday night, that was Blue Jimmy. That was Blue Jimmy 48 fans Monster Mile Bash. I actually have a playlist at the top of my when you click on my channel, it'll be one of the first things you see. A playlist full of all the drivers' POVs for that race, and it was an absolute honor doing that, sponsoring that event again. So yeah, it was really, really huge honor on that. This may only be a slight bump in the road, but trust me, once we get through this, everything is gonna start changing. Hopefully for the better, and got a lot of new exciting opportunities coming. This year. I mean, I'm going to be heading to the Martinsville night race. So instead of Dover on my 20th birthday, I'm going to be instead heading down. I'm going to be driving 8 hours down to Martinsville, Virginia, and hopefully I get to see a bunch of you guys, and also the NASCAR YouTubers are going to be down there as well. So that's going to be one hell of a weekend, I'll tell you that. But yeah. That being said, guys, I don't want to keep going. I don't want to keep blabbering on, but that's about it. Um, we're all in this together. All right, we're all in this together. But just do us all a favor. Wash your hands. 20 seconds. Like I said before, we're gonna get through this together, and it starts